Hi all. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you are new, welcome. My name is Amira and today I am doing a duping the vibes video for a particular palette that really caught my eye and I was really inspired by the color story. But as I looked at the shades a little bit more, I was like, you know what? I can dupe that. So that's what we're going to be doing today. The palette in question is a palette by I believe it is a Russian brand called Sigil or Inspired by Sigil, and I believe it is the brand that's owned by Tammy Tanuka, I believe. And so I don't speak Russian, so everything that I'm looking at is slightly poorly translated. But I believe it's either called the Dark Royal Peacock or Step Royal Peacock. We're just going to call it the Royal Peacock collection. It is a 6-pan palette. It looks stunning. I'm going to put pictures up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about and what has really kind of caught my eye. The shades that have caught my eye the most are that rich navy blue metallic and that really kind of like deep burgundy blood red metallic, along with that sort of shifty shade on the upper right hand corner. So I figured I would try and dupe these shades. I immediately thought of one palette that I knew that I could probably get the majority of those shades from, but then I also thought of this one, and this is the Dark Star palette from Pat McGrath. And I just wanted to see if maybe this blue or the blue that's in the, and they might be the same blue. I know she has multiple, like she's kind of used the same shades twice in some of these. So this is what this one looks like. If you can see it, this is Decadence. And let me pull this out. And this is Dark Star. Beautiful palettes, right? I've actually been using this one quite a bit. I've kind of rediscovered my love for it recently when I was doing another video. So let's start off with the blue. We're going to look at two blues that I have. So I'm going to use the first blue that I have, which is in the Dark Star palette. So this is Interstellar. I'm going to swatch that bad boy. And then we're going to swatch this bad boy. And I can't remember what the name is of this. So the thing about the Decadent shades is they're more like metallic satins. They really can function like satins. And so those are the two blues. My hands are so dry. I've been washing my hands all day. Look at that. Hands are so dry. I've been washing them all day because I've been filming all day and I've been doing tons of swatches. So my skin is just like dead. And I've just wiped my whole arm with eye makeup remover. So it's got like, if you see a stain and my hand's looking a little weird, that's the eye makeup remover all over my hand. So these are the two blues that I was looking at. And I'm feeling like this one from, and I'm pulling up the palette pictures again on my phone just so I can have an idea. Matter of fact, let's just sit that there. I'm thinking I like this one better for that blue, but let's look in this one here, and I just want to see what I have here. And this blue is maybe a little too bright. And this is the Metropolis palette. I was thinking about this one, but I feel like that one might be a little too bright for what we're going for. So I think I'm gonna stick with this one. And I wish I had the name card in front of me, but I don't. They're in the bottom of her palettes. They're never printed on. So it's like if you lose it, you're kind of screwed. And I feel like that one is still in the box over on the other side of the room. So that is the blue. Now let's see if we can do the red. And I immediately thought of this red here, which I believe is called Hedonistic. And the reason why I remember that is because I do really love this shade. So let's swatch that one. Oh, wow. Yeah. Because, and there's a couple of different pictures of these shades, and one of the pictures looks like the shade kind of shifts from like reddish orange, and I kind of think that's a perfect sort of, that might work for that. Let's look at the red that's in Metropolis as well, and this one is Claret. Let's look at Claret. And if you see glitter all over this, I have wiped this down a million times and I cannot get the glitter off of this to save my life. So it's just there. That's where it lives now. That's its home. So this is Claret from Metropolis, which is also really nice. I feel like both of these could do the thing, you know. Don't mind me. I'm just looking at pictures. I'm thinking. Wow, I'm thinking I want to go. I'm thinking I want to go with Claret. I'm surprised. I thought I would want this one, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with Claret for this one. So we're going to go with this blue, and this red. All right. All right. Well then, that's kind of shocking. All right, and now I'm going to leave that up in just in case because there's another shade I want to look at. I'm literally scrolling at, looking back and forth at the pictures to decide what I want to. Okay, so let's look at this sort of neutrally taupe shade. That one I feel like is going to be pretty easy to do. I brought out one of my favorites here. I think Rustic might work. This might be a little dark. Yes, no, maybe. In other pictures, it looks kind of purpley, but in this one on the arm, it's looking kind of brown. So let me just put both of these shades that I was thinking of here and just see. And there's little Finny in the background wanting to be let in because of course he does, because Mama's filming. All right, guys, I am back. Had to let the cat in. These are the two mattes that I'm looking at, and I'm thinking I actually want to go with this one. It's kind of a mix between these two, but for me, I like the look of this one more. And some of the pictures are showing, God, my hands look crazy. Look at that. Her eye makeup remover. That looks sad. I look like a little ashy baby. Anyway, I like this one more. I just find it to be more interesting as far as a color story goes. I think I'm going to go with this shade here, which is Dusty Rose from the Soft Glam palette. So let's put that one to the side. I was swatching and I grabbed this one from the Decadence palette just to see, because there are two shades of sort of like blue in this palette. There's a sort of, you know, traditional navy blue, but then there's also this sort of like blurply, purpley blue. And I'm looking at this, which I grabbed from, which is Interstellar from the Dark Star palette, which I think might actually work for that. So I might wind up using both of these anyway. I'm going to swatch them out and see. So far, what we're going to go with is this shade here from Decadence, Claret from Metropolis, Dusty Rose from Soft Glam. Next, they have this sort of like shifty shade, and it reminds me a lot of this shade from, so much blue, from ColourPop called Tea Garden. It immediately made me think of this one. And I think this might be the one. It has that really like nice red undertone, but it's like a shifty gold. If you can see, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's kind of got like a bit of a red base. Not as strong as the one in the palette, but it's there. And I feel like this color can function quite nicely as that shade. So I'm going to go with that. Next up is this like matte, and it looks kind of like a gray, but like a blurply gray, like a, that one's kind of got me stumped in the sense that like you can go either way with it. You can go really cool toned, or you can go, you know, kind of like a really true gray, like steel gray, or you can go like a really muted purple mauve. And I'm kind of on the fence about where I want to go because I have this one here, and that's already a mauve. Let me swatch this just one more time just to see. Yeah, I like that. So I think since I'm using that, I might have to go for a I might have to go for a matte, guys. I might have to go for like a true matte gray. I'm eating sweet potato fries, by the way. That's my lunch. We got an air fryer right at the end of last year, and chef's kiss. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with a deep rich gray, and I think since that is the case, I can actually use the gray that is in Dark Star, which is this gray here. And because I have the little name thingy right here, I can say it is called Deep Space. So this is Deep Space. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so we've got, do we have all the shades already? I think we do. It's only 6 shades. So let's see. I'm going to go with that one. Maybe that one. Or should I go for this one? Hold on. Pull out my trusty singles. Should I go for this shade here from Give Me Glow, which is called Grapeness? Should I go for that one instead of this one? Yes, I should, shouldn't I? I most definitely should. All right. Okay, guys, well, let's see. I'm gonna wipe my hand and I'm gonna swatch the shade down on my arm so we can see what they look like. All right, guys, this is the finished vibe, I guess you would say, you would call it. I mean, I think it's pretty close. I think it's a little bit more than a vibe. This blue wasn't swatching so great, and I think it's because my hands have been like damp, so I was touching the shade and it got a little hard pin in it, so I was having a hard time picking this up, but I know that this shade performs because I've used it a bajillion times. It's a beautiful shade. It's a little bit deeper, a little richer than the one that is in the palette. The one in the palette is a bit more heavier on the metallic, but I liked the idea because when I see the swatches on the fingers, I noticed that these two shades, the textures are very similar in the original palette, whereas I like the idea of having two that are a bit different because they're slightly different in tone and they're slightly different in texture. And I enjoy that. I feel like you can get maybe a little more use out of both of these shades together as opposed to one or the other. So we have Dusty Rose from Anastasia Beverly Hills. We have Claret from Metropolis, Natasha Denona Metropolis. We have Tea Garden from ColourPop. We have Deep Space from the Pat McGrath Dark Star palette. We have Grapeness from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. And then we have the Deep Rich Metallic Blue, which I will try to find out the name for you guys, from Decadence. And that is my dupe. I am really loving these shades together. I think this is such a pretty and fun color story. What do you guys think? Do you like this color story? I enjoy it so much. I've never tried anything from Tammy Tanuka, but I do follow the account on Instagram, and the color stories that they come up with for their palettes and then the singles as well are just so stunning. But yeah, I just was really inspired by this. But again, I'm on a no-buy, so I'm not looking to purchase anything new. And doing this has kind of showed me that I don't really need to purchase that palette. Like, I can very much get that vibe without doing so. What do you guys think? So pretty. But yeah, that is my duping the vibes of the, someone here, now I'm seeing here that it's called a Royal Peacock. I'm just going to call it the Peacock palette, guys, because I don't speak Russian. But yes, this is my duping the vibes of the Peacock palette from Inspired by Sigil. Isn't that stunning? All right. Let me know if you like these type of videos, guys. I've been really excited about maybe doing more of these because as new palettes come out or older palettes, being on a no-buy and feeling like I have a ton of eyeshadow that I don't necessarily need to add to the collection at this moment. I'm finding it really fun and really inspiring, and it's sort of making me remember palettes that I already own and sort of reintroducing me to them, and that's been fun. So yeah, let me know if you want to see more inspired by or duping the vibes of videos such as this one. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.